What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another freaking unexpected video. Now, last week, Jason and Caitlyn was not in the show, but this week they have returned, which is therefore confirmation that yes, they have not been cut from the series, and last week was just to give us a break. But hey, before we continue, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel. Now, I have not seen this episode yet, to be honest, so this is my very first time. And sometimes I prefer that, but I will only be reviewing the clips or the parts where Jason and Kylen are involved. If there's anything for me to say in terms of any of the other couples, I'll do that again throughout the week. But remember, for the people that don't know, and for the people that do know but you haven't done it yet, today we have launched Patreon, which means I will be able to do a video on YouTube, of course, based on Kylen and Jason, but of course within boundaries of behavior. But I will also be doing a video on Kylen and Jason and other members, if necessary, on Patreon, where it's going to be unrestrictive. So therefore, I can go all out in terms of how I feel and how I don't have to hold back when it comes to beep beep people like Jason. You know what I mean? On Patreon, I don't need to do the beep beep, you know what I mean? But nonetheless though, let's not waste any more time and let's get into it.
Hospital.
We were in the hospital for about 48 hours after Xavier was born.
We're just ready to get out of this hole, be home, and I'm ready to start my life with my son. This place, excuse my language, Xavier, but they made me feel uncomfortable and like I wasn't even allowed to be there, which pretty much...
So this is the guy that refused for Kylen to have an epidural. This is the guy that then had to be kicked out because, you see, he was afraid of what an epidural would do to his son. Not their son, to his son. That's how he words it. But then straight off the bat, two days in, he's already using foul language in front of his child. Now listen, don't get it twisted. Yes, Xavier is only a baby. Yes, there's a potential Xavier isn't picking up nothing at this moment in time. Don't get me wrong. But for someone that was so strict, so held back in terms of how he really so explosive in terms of how he didn't want certain things to affect his unborn child at the time, it's quite fitting how he's quick to already be complaining in front of his child, because right now we've already witnessed within a space of 10 seconds that he's already showing toxic vibes in front of his newborn, foul language in front of his newborn, and then bad vibes around his newborn. Wow. Xavier's only 2 days old at this moment in time. The life that Xavier is about to walk into is about to be grown into. Honestly, for anyone out there that's a teacher, you know, just from a former teacher to you guys, I pray for you for when you have to take Xavier as a child, because that kid's gonna come into school with so many problems from home because daddy is a freaking beep beep, and mommy on the other hand ain't doing nada about it. But hey, let's get it.
They had a security guard sitting outside of the room like I was some criminal.
I think that they were judging us off from everything that happened with the birth, and that's not actually who we really are. And I think
It's not like I'm always a ass.
he's not.
Hey guys, do you want to play a game? Remember that game in school that we played called Find Wally? I mean, maybe that's just a UK game and it's not a game in the States or any other country, I'm not too sure. But there's a game called Find Wally. You pick up the book and there's a bunch of people, a little bunch of crowd, and you just got to find that one character called Wally. You know, hey guys, so let's play that game, because it seems to me as if these guys are trying to play a game with us of, hey guys, let's see if we can find someone that is stupid enough to believe what you're saying about how this isn't how you are all the time. How dare you say this? How dare you lie to our faces? We've been watching you two for longs of time, and other people have been watching you guys on TikTok and other social platforms where Jason has been behaving like a complete moron. And you want to tell me that, oh, this isn't how Jason usually is. This isn't how we usually are. Sorry, hold on a minute. Do I look like that I'm actually legally blind or I'm legally freaking deaf and I haven't been seeing what you guys have been doing? Oh, I'm gonna rip into these guys on Patreon for sure. I cannot wait for that. Let's get into it.
They'll just push me way past that point. I felt very betrayed and heartbroken, like she didn't care what I thought or anything.
We have to forget about all that drama because it's not about us. It's about Xavier. We gotta actually take care of him and be parents. Your car's too loud.
Keyword, parents, be parents. But don't you have to mature to be a parent? Then again though, how many parents do we know in our lives right now that are mature whilst being a parent? Don't worry, I'll wait. I'm pretty sure the queue is very short. There's a lot of people in this world nowadays are having kids without even being mature enough to look after a child, to raise a child, to guide a child in the right direction. But hey, Kylen says they're ready to be parents, even though they've shown us nothing to show that they're ready to be parents. Kylen has shown us she has shown us a submissive attitude in terms of her being able to bow down to anything that Jason says purely because he's manipulated her. But to be honest with you, how much longer can we sit talking about how he has manipulated her when in reality she's now got a kid? And for some people, bringing a child to your life, especially for female, it's more like a highlight check that I need to get my shit together. But Kylen now hasn't even got to that stage of getting her shit together, if you dig what I'm saying. But of course, when it comes to Jason now, for him, it's not about getting his shit together. For him, it's about continuing his behavior because he sees no wrong in what he does and he only sees right in what he does. When in reality, everything he does, hold that thought. I'll leave that for Patreon. But let's get into it.
No, it's just too loud. He's fine.
Usually I drive fast and pretty reckless, but when I had Xavier, I went super slow and very cautious. I felt actually grown up, like I have to drive normal because I had precious cargo.
I'm not on it.
Move and I'll figure it out.
Stop.
Two things. So when it came to Jason's behavior when they were at the hospital, it was Kylen's parents that were trying to be supportive to her. They were trying to resolve things in a certain, or solve things in a certain way. Jason's parents, on the other hand, wasn't really anywhere to be seen necessarily. Not as much as Kylen's parents. In fact, they even wanted to be there for the birth because Jason got kicked out. But of course, Jason made it clear that they were not allowed to be nowhere near the freaking hospital for the birth. But the baby's now been born, and you're telling me that Jason's parents are now, unless I'm forgetting something, but now Jason's parents get first priority of seeing the newborn, even though they didn't make as much effort as Kenny's parents. But that's probably because they know what their son's like. So I can't really take it out on them in that kind of way. But what I'm trying to say is that this proves that everything always has to be Jason's way. That his parents get first dibs, his parents that, his parents this. I'll be surprised if Kylen's parents even get a chance to even babysit at any given point. Now let's move on to the next point. Your woman has just, or girl shall I say, has just given birth, and he's already been aggressive in the car. I know that when a woman is giving birth, around this area, or just her body in general, it is still fragile. Very, very easily, harmed, bruised like a peach. You know what I mean? It's at a very sensitive area, a very, very sensitive time. At least those first couple of days, a couple of weeks or whatever, right? This guy, 2 days in, he's already trying to barge it out of the way. Now, obviously, he didn't say he barge it out of the way, but the fact that he got so close to the aggressive when she's right there trying to do the seatbelt, it's like there's no need for that, because what if he slips? What if he then lands on her stomach and then he puts it into even more pain? The way he's careless, absolutely careless for her well-being, is just utterly freaking embarrassing and disgusting. Let's continue, man.
I've been stressed out of my ass all week. Thought giving birth was supposed to be a happy thing.
Right, not always.
Right.
Those things are a pain in the butt.
You're like an old lady.
You did a
You're
good
like
job.
a superwoman. Heidi and I were very worried, yes. We're very concerned for Kylen's safety and well-being.
Xavier, yeah.
Right. Just happy that they're back home and we have a healthy, happy little baby grandson.
I mean, is there nothing that maybe his parents can do? Because it bothers me how awake, how woke they are to his behavior, but yet allow it to happen as if they're oblivious. They're aware of it, but then they behave as if they're oblivious because they don't. Something has to give, man. Like, this is the thing. This is the issues that we have here when it comes to the authority. You know, when it comes to the justice system. You know, and it comes to social services or anyone that involved or anyone that can do something about this situation. The fact that things have to be considered, it's just a headache, isn't it? It really is. But then we see certain people be arrested for silly things or deported for silly things, or certain people lose their kids when they shouldn't be because they're actually doing a freaking fantastic. Oh man, I just don't know, man, because it bothers me so much that I'm watching these parents and they're talking about their son because they know what it's like, but yet, like, what are you trying to do though to make sure that Caitlyn is going to be safe? What are you doing to make sure that Caitlyn is going to be in a position where she's not going to feel like a freaking prisoner or XYZ? You're doing nothing. All you're doing is talking to the freaking cameras. Why are you telling us about Caitlyn's safety? You should be speaking, you should have that conversation with your freaking son or someone else that can actually put him in his place. You know what? This is the difference though of watching it for the first time compared to already watching and then making the video, because the first time you get to see exactly how it is when I first freaking encounter it, man. And boy, I didn't expect me to go down this way, but hey, it went down this way, but let's continue.
You got it. Bring him in the AC.
Are you sure, Jason?
I hope Jason will be a great father, but he's got no job, no money. It's time to step up and take care of your family. He's got 2 good hands and a strong back. He can do whatever he wants to do. So hopefully he does.
And he's got a big mouth as well. Please put your top on, bro. Put your top on. I'm just nitpicking at that one. I just wanted to say something horrible. Just put your top on, okay? But okay, that is just the opening scene as well of the episode. Honestly, sometimes when they start off the opening scene with Jason and Caitlyn, it's just like, why? Can't you just start with a different couple and just kind of warm us up into these two? But no, straight into the freaking deep end, we get these two. Anyway, let's continue.
Will you give me him for once? I just want to hold my kid.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
My baby.
No, I want to hold him.
Even though I was still mad at Kylen because she got that epidural. It's the best feeling ever to have your son at home after that much trauma and stuff. He's squeezing the at me.
Yeah, he did that to me while we were driving.
Oh, hold your finger. I love it.
Yeah.
I love getting baby snuggles. I love cuddling him. I love waking up and then picking him up and cuddling him. I just love him.
Give me him.
Nope. Mommy gets her turn when he's crying at night.
If you don't want to eat. Because he has been puking. He puked like 6 times.
Yeah, that's why
from
I'm trying to
drinking
feed
that
him.
milk.
Mom, come here. He needs the other formula because he's been throwing up everything we fed him from that bottle. And that's that one.
Okay, Jason, but if you have money, I'm not going to start getting your formula.
That's why I said do the can, because it's cheaper.
Or if you guys go on Wick, they help out too, Lizzie said.
If you're not going to get it, just say it. Are you going to get it or no?
Well, give
If you
her.
give me your card, Jason, I'll go get it.
Give her.
God.
They're very expensive and they don't last long.
Yeah,
Won't
no.
last
I
long.
don't care. I think he's making that transition to like, he thinks he's a man, but, you know, you gotta act like a man.
Man, listen, I don't know about you guys, but I grew up in a generation or an era or around a parent at the time that if I spoke back, I knew where the door was after. You know what I mean? You said what to me? You got 2 options. You either leave this house now, or you go outside, you get a stick, a good stick, you bring it here and I give you that. Cha! And you know what? Back then I used to be like, if I have kids, I guess I got to discipline them the same way I was. But nowadays I look at life and I say to myself, to be fair, putting hands on your kids, disciplining in a physical way is just not the way forward, because it creates a traumatic effect on a child moving forward, and then that's how we live in the world where people do absolute madness. Now that's not necessarily relevant to this topic itself in particular, it's just that I wanted to put it out there because it's going to lead on to what I'm going to say next. Okay, so allow me, bear with me. But here's the thing though. Why they allow him to speak to them the way he does is nuts, and it bothers me more. And to be honest with you, I couldn't care less how lovely his dad is or the mother is or whatnot. I don't give a flying freaking anything doop about how much of their lovely people that they may be. What I know is that they have failed incredibly with Jason. Now, whether or not Jason's like this because he's just Jason or because, you know, they just didn't put in the work, the matter of fact is, though, Jason has still turned out being the way he is, which is absolutely unacceptable. So therefore, it moves on to my next point. The matter of fact is that dad wants to sit there and talk about how he wants to be a man now, but we don't know that. I mean, here's the thing, though. How can Jason ever know how to be a man if the man of the house was never really there to show him to be how, and it would never really showed him how to be the man of the house? But again, listen, I didn't grow up in the house. Maybe I'm jumping the gun. Maybe I'm being too judgmental. But the fact is, I'm calling it for what it is. And from what I'm seeing it to be is that there is no point of him talking about Jason stepping up to be a man and saying that he can't be a man when literally you haven't showed him the way, because that is exactly how it's looked. But now let's talk about Jason anyway. How dare he? How dare he say that he does not care? They're trying to let you know that it's expensive. They're trying to say to you that there is other ways, but he doesn't want to know. The fact is, though, Jason, I didn't realize you had all this money to be splashing out on things that aren't going to last long. The matter of fact is, when you have a kid, if you're not looking to money management properly, that's a problem. Because as far as the moment that you get a kid is the moment that really and truly, or even not even that, the moment that you're pregnant or the moment that you are planning to have a child is the moment that you start to manage your finances. You get yourself a job. You do whatever it is that needs to be done. Jason, on the other hand, this cheeky little slob is just like, yeah, take my card. That card is probably like in debt or over. Yeah. Sorry, it's just that scene just bothering me, man, because I'm sitting there thinking, rah, the attitude in this guy to his mom is like, it's just unnecessary. And then like, rah, the dad wants to say this. And then I'm like, bro, you haven't even got a freaking job, but yeah, you're acting like you could pay for these things like as if it's easy as 1, 2, 3. God, if this guy is earning money off of social media right now, I will not be happy. He needs to be removed off of all social media and he needs to go out and get an actual freaking job. Whatever job that may be, I don't know, but he shouldn't be online being influenced in any kind of way because this guy cannot influence no one. The only thing that he can do is show people or show women the kind of partner that they should not be having kids with. Point blank freaking. We'll continue this on Patreon. Let's get into it.
Of our relationship with our son, it's very volatile. We try to advise and things just get worse. That's my whole take on it. So we're pretty exhausted with it, but it is what it is.
I want him.
Go burp him. I need a new shirt. This one smells like puke and I don't like it. Give me a shirt.
No. I want him. Give me.
No.
You had him all day. My baby.
Give me a clean swaddle.
We don't have any clean swaddles.
Give me a...
Stop.
I ain't gonna lie to you. But you see Jason, right? He's one of them guys. You know, he's one of those people that like, he infuriates you so much, you don't know what you want to do yourself. Did you, Jason, if you're watching this, which you're probably not, but if you are, I want to know one thing. Now, I want to know many things, but this is the question that I want to know right now. Who carried Xavier for 9 freaking months? Okay? Who carried Xavier 9 months? And this is added on to the same question, so I can stick to whether there's one question. But who carried Xavier for 9 months and then had to give birth to him under distress because you was not making life easy? Like I said before, sometimes people get under your skin that you don't know what you want to do with yourself, which is why right now I am standing up because I've got to walk around to steam off because this kid right here makes me want to lift this and just launch it, but I'm not going to scoop myself to the same kind of levels as this freaking clown because I'm not a clown. You know what I mean, okay? The audacity. Let her baby her freaking son. It's not your son. It's you. It's both of your sons. Son. He's not just yours. Xavier is not just yours. Do you know what though? I'm calling kidnap. I'm calling out kidnap right now. This guy has kidnapped Kylen away from her family. He has pushed away her family, made her even push away her family, more or less. Brought her to his own family's house. Then, so he's already kidnapped her from her own family, right? And now he's kidnapping her kid, their kid, from her. He's not allowing her to baby her child. How is she meant to build that bond with her child as well? He's like, for people that do watch 90 Day Fiance, he is legit the Emily version of 90 Day Fiance. How she doesn't want Colby to do anything with his son or to bond really and truly, right? But it has to be her way or no other way. This guy is legit the same. I'm calling kidnap. Yeah, I don't care if that's too. Nah. I know what the thumbnail's gonna be. The title, the thumbnail's gonna say kid. I know, but then again, YouTube are gonna flag that, aren't they? God damn. I'll give it a try, see what happens. Maybe I can think of a different word that YouTube can't flag up. See, this is why I got Patreon now. If you dig what I'm saying. But anyway, let's continue.
Stressful to be teen parents, and I think we take it out on each other a little bit.
I don't think there's a pair of teen parents that do not fight.
Yeah, well, that's why they all break up, pretty much.
We don't want to be all the rest of the teen parents that just split up and have a one-parent home. But now I got big trust issues with her because we both had the birth plan, and then she excluded me from every decision that she made with the baby.
Oh my God.
I really did feel betrayed and I'll never get over that or forgive for that.
Did my man speak about, did you just use the word forgive? For what? He can't get over what? And she did what? Everything that he's saying is the things that I should be hearing coming out of her mouth. The manipulation is real. This guy toxic on a different ball game. Nah. This ain't it, bro. This ain't it. You got me all the way messed up. This kid, oh wow. You know what though? You know what? Listen, man like me, not a violent man. I mean, I haven't been in a fight for a very long time and I never planned to be in. You know what I mean? But do you know what? There's some people, this is the kind of person that if he was around in my space right now, I'd have to get up and leave. Because if I don't get up and leave, he's gonna he's gonna be testing my patience. You know what I mean? Testing that beast of mine that I've locked up for so many freaking years. You know, and people like him are the people that I just avoid in any means necessary. Honestly. But again, though, Kylen annoys me just as much because she puts up with it. And yes, I know she's manipulated, but either way, though, it's still gonna get to be that she just can't find the oomph to just get up and just go. The man is not allowing you to baby your child. He's not allowing you to bond with the child that you carry for 9 months and then spend hours upon hours having to deliver. And you're still putting up with it. When is going to be your wake-up call, Kylen?
Because we both had the birth plan, and then she excluded me from every decision that she made with the baby.
Oh my God.
I really did feel betrayed and I'll never get over that or forgive for that. I almost didn't get to see my kid come into the world.
We've already went over this. We don't need to bring up the drama. So stop.
She doesn't give a because she wasn't in my shoes.
Put yourself in my shoes. I'm done. I'm done.
I would love to sit and be like, yes, she's finally done, but we all know that she ain't done. It's all words. You know what though? But the fact that we're having a conversation about put yourself in my shoes, put myself in your shoes, it's evident that these two should not be parents, point blank, period. But hey, we already know that. But I gotta just say it again. These two, why they decided to have a kid. Well, that is that episode actually. Well, not the episode, but that is their scenes done, obviously, of this season. Now, next week is going to be the tell. Oh, I may do No, I won't do. No, never mind. Ignore what I was going to say next. It doesn't matter now. But yes, there would 100% be an extended version, well, an extension to this video on Patreon. So by the time this video is uploaded, and by the time you have watched this, there will be a video on Patreon ready for you guys to watch. The link is down below in the description, but it also may be pinned in the comment section too. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna add a little bit more of a summary to how I feel at this moment in time based on this episode and prior ones as well on Patreon, where it's going to be unrestricted. So hopefully to see you there. And yeah, that's about it. But nonetheless though, while you're here though, please make sure you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button, notification bells on, and I'll see you lovely folks in the comment section. We are done and we are out. Peace.